Yeah, yeah, it's going good. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't actually pull in the contents of the event page. It just pulls in some of the details about the event. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I can, and sure. Yeah, I just got it right here. Yeah. So I'm actually looking at it on my iPad right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if I click on a link here, I don't know if it'll work because it's a sample site. It probably will. It'll take me right back to the page. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I do think so. I like the problem that we have today with MailChimp is not so much the events, because if there's an article about, if we put an article together for the event, like we just had a leader summit last weekend, and so that was in our newsletter in the past, and there was a link, and it would take you to the website and give you information about that, which is good. But then there's other things, like our pastor likes to put together an article that he would write, something that he's, it's on his heart, on his mind, whatever, and he wants to communicate that. And of course, that can get sometimes kind of lengthy, and we don't want that, the entire body of that in the newsletter. So we put a teaser portion in there, and then we have a link, and that link takes us. So we actually have a person that has volunteered to kind of do this website or do the newsletter for us. And so the only thing he can do is kind of link it to like a PDF offline document, so it doesn't go to the website. It is a link to it, so the newsletter is not overly long, but it doesn't take us to the website either. So yeah, so that's actually a downside that we just don't know what to deal with today. We don't have a useful tool for that, because some of those things he doesn't actually want on the website either. He'll put them in. So you'd have to actually have the link to get to it. Yeah, that would probably be good. He has a separate blog site that he uses, and he's used it for quite a few years. He doesn't want to change it. I think you have the ability to do a blog site as well, and he didn't want to do it that way because he wanted, he's got people that have been following him for years, and so he wanted to maintain that. So sometimes the link will go back to his blog site, or he'll have an article that's on his blog site that also becomes, it's copied into the newsletter too for those that are not following him. So, but I do think it might work is where, and I actually have done some pages even right now where you can only get to them if you know what the URL is. So they're not publicly available. Yeah. Yeah, and I think we have a couple of pages like that as well, that we use for some audio for our Bible Institute. But I think this might be something worth exploring, just because there's the other thing that about our current newsletter is it's pretty bland. So at least if within what you're offering here, what your newsletter is, I mean, it has the look and feel of the website, which is absolutely, and so that's something that we've never been able to do. And even the person that does our newsletter, he does a decent job, but we don't get the look and the feel that we want. So so you don't feel like you're on the website. So like I'm just looking at the newsletter in my email on my iPad right now, and you just have the sense that that it's all connected. And then when you click on like the youth hike, and you click on that link, and then it takes you to the website, and the picture's there, and there's just the whole thing, the color schemes, everything is the same, and I do like that quite a bit. So I need to probably give some thought to this. Now I think in your email it said something about I think it was it $9? Is that right, a month? Is that how that works? Well, usually, as far as adults, we usually have anywhere from 225 to 250, depending on whatever Sunday's going on. Yeah, I'd have to. Let me do some checking because and I just want to go ahead and just get it started right at at the right time. But I think that I'd have to go back and look. I know that we probably have more people in our that are receiving our newsletter than are attending. Yeah, yeah, we might have 300 or 400, and um, so. Let me talk to the guy that does the newsletter right now and see what we can do about this, and I can give you a call back and let you know when to turn it on. But I do like it. I like it a lot. It's very simple, and it looked like when you were on the page for composing the newsletter, it looked like you actually had four buttons. You had a news article, an event, a custom, and a sermon. Yeah, so when you clicked on the ad, yeah, you had those. So basically, you can put four titles. Now, what happens when you do the sermon there? When you click on sermon, is that just it just grabs a post of one of the sermons that are out there? Mm-hmm. Okay. So if we had and we didn't do it this way this time, but on the Leader Summit, if we wanted to let people know, hey, you missed this, and here's the link to the audio. You could throw that in the newsletter. Okay, and that's something that's already part of this. Okay, so then you could basically have a newsletter per group. Then is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're referring to? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Actually, just in the last probably in the last 45 days, we I don't know if you're familiar with Shelby Systems. They do church financial software, and they just went to a they just released probably in the last 6 months, I guess, a cloud-based version of their software, and it gives a lot of accesses to be able to send emails and stuff to groups. Um, so that's good, but it still doesn't give us newsletter to that group of either. So there's definitely some parallels I can see here, and so yeah, this is good. Um, let me roll this around in my head and uh-huh. Sure. Okay. I think that would actually, so I could demonstrate it to our staff and but one of the things we are trying to do is get more of our staff involved in doing like news articles for the website and because right now there's only just a couple of us that put stuff out there, and sometimes it gets a little dated because we don't all get time to do it